Good morning. This is a code enforcement hearing for the city of North Miami. Today is November the 21st, 2018, and I'm Christopher Benjamin, Special Magistrate for the city of North Miami. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer of the city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I'll dismiss the case and you'll be free to go. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time so that your testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. If English is not your primary language, then please inform me when I call your case. When we have translators who will assist you during your proceeding. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, and any witnesses that you may have should come forward to the podium on the left side of the room. When asked, please speak directly into the microphone and say aloud your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you're not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you're going to need a power of attorney in order to speak on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today, and do you understand what is required to resolve the violation, so please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first, and then the property owner or violator will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I'll issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of the city code exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I'll set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved, or for repeat violations, I'll impose a daily fine amount. For new non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by that time. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement at this time, then your case will be rescheduled to a hearing date in the near future. If you do not agree with my findings of fact or ruling, then the property owner may appeal my administrative order to the circuit court. Being that we're here in Miami-Dade County, that be the 11th Judicial Circuit Court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the order that is to be appealed. Now, in accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by this special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based, and the cause for obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, meaning the person who is appealing. And it is recommended that the persons who do plan to appeal their case should provide their own court reporter at these proceedings. Now, pursuant to City Code, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before this special magistrate, then the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment is $100 per case. Now, once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge an additional administrative fee in order to release that lien. Now, if you are giving testimony today on the case, please rise and raise your right hands to be sworn.
You're going to be speaking on a case up here.
And remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Just say aloud, I do.
I do.
Everyone, please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. Repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Madam Clerk, these guys.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the translations which you are about to give in these proceedings will be accurate and correct to the best of your knowledge, skills, and ability?
I do.
Morning, Your Honor. There are some slight amendments to the agenda. Case number CTBPR 2018-00038, Albert Eskenazi, has been postponed. Item number 106, CTSTR 2018-00015, North Miami Houses LLC, has been postponed. Item number 107, CTSTR 2018-00018, North Miami Houses LLC, has been postponed. City is ready to proceed with the first item on the agenda, on the ticket appeal agenda, item number 2, case number CTFOB 2018-00005, 12300 Investment, Inc.
Does anyone be here on behalf of that property?
12300 Investment, Inc. The city requests permission to combine the second item on the agenda, item number 3, CTMIS 2018-0012, for purposes of testimony, and to receive separate rulings on each ticket, but to combine all evidence and testimony for these two cases.
Granted. Sir, go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
My name is Miguel Perez. I own the property.
You
Can
are
I-
the president of Investment Inc., I assume? Or the
Yes, sir.
owner? Okay.
If I can get my witness to please state your name for the record.
Let me ask a quick question of the respondent. You've been made aware of the citation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Are there any objections to the citation?
Well, I do have an objection. He's got 2 citations. One is for the business tax receipt, and he did have it. My tenant did have the business tax receipt. He did not have the occupational license because back in April 27th, there was a violation, and we were trying to correct it, and the plans took forever to get approved by the city. We kept going back and forth. They kept making different comments, and it just took way too long. Since then, we do have the other violation resolved, and since they're applying, we just got this resolved last week, and he had all the paperwork ready to submit to the city for his occupational license, which he showed it to the gentleman who was out there that day. I believe it was Mr.
Baptiste.
Batiste.
So you're contesting the business receipt violation because he had a business receipt at the time that the citation was issued,
Correct.
but you're not contesting the occupational license.
He did not have that, but the reason he did not have it was because of the situation with the violation of we needed a permit, and we applied for the permit back in April 27th, and it just kept going back and forth.
I mean, he didn't have it when he got
He-
ticketed.
No, he did not have it, but,
Alright.
maybe, bottom line.
Go ahead with the receipt
Okay.
case. Because
Officer,
the other case remain, which one is the occupational license case?
occupational license case is going to be the certificate of use, agenda item number 3, case number CTMIS 2018-00012.
All right, for that, we'll find that a violation does exist as cited.
Thank you. City will proceed. Officer Baptiste, on or about October 1 of 2018, did you issue ticket number 11873 to 12300 Investment, Inc., care of Miguel Perez?
Yes, I did.
Can you verify that this is the ticket that you issued?
Yes, it is.
And what is the nature of the violation for which you issued your ticket?
Upon my investigation, I went to the place and asked for the business tax receipt for the business that was being run, and they didn't have a business tax receipt from the city of North Miami.
And are businesses required to not only receive a business tax receipt, but to post it on the premises?
That's correct.
Were you able to visually see any business tax receipt posted on the premises?
No business tax receipt was posted from the city of North Miami.
Did you perform any search of the city records to see if a business tax receipt had in fact been issued?
I did, and there was no business tax receipt on file.
And at the time that you issued the ticket on October 1, 2018, was the business active and open for the public?
Yes, he was active and open for the public.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination?
The business tax receipt is for the city of North Miami. It's not the Miami-Dade County one.
No. The city has its own,
So he has to have 2.
correct.
Oh, then he didn't have that one. I'm not aware if he had that one or not. The Miami-Dade County one, I do have a copy of it here.
Having heard the testimony and evidence presented, find that a violation does exist as cited, and order that the fines be paid on such citations. Thank you.
City will proceed with agenda item number 75, case number CTTRE 2018-00003, Jose Mendoza. And this will be Officer Rahima Golding.
What's the number on the agenda? Which number on the agenda?
Están esperando oficial que venga. Estamos esperando a que llegue el oficial.
As we're unable to locate the officer, the city, I guess we'll pass this case and go to the next item.
All right. We're gonna pass it. Tell her. Tell her, we're gonna pass it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind.
El oficial no
She's here,
está y
she's
vamos a llamarlo después.
Wait a minute, she's here.
Ahí está.
Won't catch you in another department, you need to come finish your few cases.
Good morning.
Ma'am, if you could, please make your appearance for the record.
Diga su nombre. señor.
Brenda Mendoza.
Brena Mendoza.
Okay, Ms. Mendoza, are you aware of the violation that the citation that you were issued?
¿Está usted informada de la citación que le han dado?
Sí,
Yes.
And are you objecting to that citation?
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Are you objecting to that citation?
¿Está usted objetando a esa citación?
¿qué quiere decir eso?
What do you mean?
Do you disagree with this
¿Está en
citation?
desacuerdo con eso?
Sí.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can I get my witness to please state your name for the record?
Officer Rahima Golding, City of North Miami, Co-Compliance.
And Officer Golding, on or about October 8th of 2018, did you issue ticket number 12438 to Jose and Brenda Mendoza?
Yes, I did.
Can you verify that this is the ticket that you issued?
Ese es el ticket que usted le dio. Le vamos a dar el ticket. Espérese.
Oh, yeah.
Sí.
Yes, it is.
¿Esa es la copia del ticket que
Sí.
recibió? Yes.
Yo tengo.
And Officer Golding, what is the nature of the violation for which you issued your ticket?
Failure to obtain tree removal permit or permission for tree located at the front of the property.
And how did you find out about the violation?
My code compliance manager happened to be driving by and saw that the tree had been cut down and advised me to investigate.
Me dijo que investigue.
And upon your investigation, what did you find?
I found that a tree that appeared to be dead was cut into numerous pieces at the front of the property.
And did you take any photographic evidence of the violation?
Yes, I did.
Can you verify that this photo array of 4 photographs dated September 27, 2018 was taken by you?
¿Son estas fotos que usted tomó?
Yes.
¿Reconoce esas fotos?
Sí, son esas.
Yes, I have the same.
And what do the photographs depict, Officer Golding?
¿Fotos qué muestra? Está preguntando.
The tree that I saw the day of that I issued the citation that was cut down.
And does the city require a tree removal permit prior to cutting down a tree?
They require permission or a permit.
And did you perform a search of the city's records to see if in fact any permission or permit was granted for the removal of this particular tree?
Yes, I did, and I also spoke with the property owner.
And when you searched the city's records, what did you find?
I found that there was no sign of a permit in our database.
And in your conversation with the property owner, did she allude to the fact that she had obtained any kind of permission from the city?
Yes, she did. She said that some official from the city, she couldn't name the person. She was trying to give a description. The description was unclear, but she's told me that they told her that the tree was dead and that she needed to cut it down.
And were you able to come back to the city and verify that story?
I came back to the city and I asked numerous workers or employees of the city, and no one could verify the information.
And is it in the city's practice and procedure to give verbal authorization for tree removal, or is it something that's more a written type of permission?
It's supposed to be in writing. Typically, if anything is not in writing, either the city arborist or someone in zoning would be able to verify whether or not they gave them permission to cut the tree down.
And did you make contact with those two city officials to verify whether permission had been in fact granted?
Yes, I did via email, and I personally visited the department.
And was permission granted by any of those officials?
None of them could recollect giving permission.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
The pictures. Do these pictures accurately depict the condition that existed at the time that you issued the citation?
Yes, it does.
Son las fotos que muestran la condición en ese momento. Ella dice sí. ¿Quién le va a tocar su turno, señora?
All right. Ma'am, do you have any questions for the witness?
Sí, señora. ¿Usted tiene alguna pregunta para el oficial?
Well, I asked her por qué ella me dio un ticket.
I'm asking why she gave me a ticket.
I said, because,
If you feel more
no,
comfortable
it's okay. No,
in Spanish, speak
Porque-
Spanish.
porque ella me dice, porque hiciste una violación,
Sí.
necesita ir a conseguir un permiso.
She told me that, this is a violation. You need to get a permit.
Y entonces yo le dije a ella, mira, este árbol yo no lo corté porque yo quería, sino que un inspector anterior estaba diciendo cada vez que pasaba, mira, cuando no cortas ese árbol está
Bueno,
muerto.
I cut this tree not because I want it. It's because a previous inspector used to pass by and tell me, why don't you cut this tree? This tree is dead.
Entonces le dije, ok, le voy a decir a mi esposo,
Then I said, I'm going to tell my husband to cut it
porque este árbol te puede caer encima de la casa.
because,
Perdón, él no me dice que vaya a coger permiso, yo le expliqué a ella.
and he tells me that this tree can fall on the house, but he did not ask me to go and get a permit.
Y está muerto, no es un árbol con hojas para decorar la casa, y se mira muy feo.
This is not a tree with leaves. This is not a tree with leaves. This is not a decoration. This is a dead tree. It's a trunk. It's a trunk.
No es un real tree.
It's not a real tree.
Who would normally
Él ya
police,
no
for
está-
lack of better words, this area where this property is located?
That would be me.
This is your area?
That's my area.
So no other inspector would have told her that, but for
I don't know I don't know of any other inspector or code inspector that would tell her to cut down a tree without permission or a permit. When she tried to explain to me who the person was, and I mean I went back looking for anyone with that description. I asked other employees, and no one could verify that.
is it male or female?
Es un hombre.
A male. Male.
Es de America.
Small American.
Green eyes?
Yeah.
Do we have a short male with green eyes
The
in
only-
in the department?
The only other person I could have thought it might have been He's a retired officer. He's been gone for months, and he has blue eyes.
So we don't have a green-eyed shirt guy in
No.
code?
No.
Okay. That's it? Is that it?
Yeah, I have the picture, yeah, I have a small, when you saw it and touch it, is my tree died.
Oh,
I have a
okay.
picture and a, you know, no, and
Yes.
the tree that's
Because
dead.
it's not fair.
It's not fair.
All right, show me your pictures too. Please, first show the attorney. It's that dead wood that you're holding?
It's real nice.
I'm not an arborist, so I don't know if the wood is dead or not. So.
Él dice, yo no soy el arborista, no sé si está muerto
That's
o no.
that's the bark.
Looks like the same pictures. Picture of the guy cutting it down. Picture of them cutting it up. Okay, well it's no doubt that the tree was cut.
Bueno, no hay duda de que el árbol fue cortado.
Alright.
Pues,
The problem that you have is that it was cut without permission.
el problema que tienes es que fue
Okay.
cortado sin permiso. I didn't know that.
And you can't give us anybody that works for the city who gave you permission to cut it. So, I find that a violation
Yo
does
entiendo
exist as
que
ticketed,
la violación
an
existe.
issue that the fine, in order that the fine be paid therein.
Yo le voy a dar una multa.
All right, thank you.
Gracias.
City will proceed with agenda item number 80, case number ATANL 2018-00038, Luis Herrera Rios and Edward Escara and Rosa Rios.
Which one was that again?
Item number 80.
80.
It's Luis Herrera? Okay, you can go to. ¿Necesita un interpreter? Yes.
Ma'am, if you can, please go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Diga su nombre, señora.
Rosa Ríos.
Rosa Ríos.
And you're one of the property owners?
¿Es la dueña de la propiedad? Yes.
Okay. You've been given a ticket.
Le dieron un ticket a usted.
Are you aware of the ticket?
¿Está informada que le dieron un ticket?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you disagree with the ticket?
¿Está en desacuerdo con ese ticket? Yes.
All right. City?
Get my witness to please state your name for the record.
Good morning, Michael Fuentes, City of North Miami Animal Control Officer.
And Officer Fuentes, on or about October 11th of 2018, did you issue ticket number 12220 to Luis Raul Herrera Rios, Edward Escara, Rosa Rios, and Florella Herrera?
That's correct.
Can you verify that this is the ticket that you
¿Puede
issued?
verificar que este es el ticket que usted dio? Le está mostrando. Espérenme, ya le toca la escritura.
Yes, that's my ticket.
¿Es el ticket que le dieron? Yes, I have here.
And what is the nature of the violation for which you issued the ticket?
Le está preguntando. ¿qué le
This
dio?
is in reference per police incident report.
Es en
The
relación
dogs were
con un incidente de
let
policía
out of the back gate, and
en la
passing persons
puerta de atrás.
were bit by these dogs.
Algo en relación con-
And are you referencing police incident report number 2018 000386766?
That's correct.
Can you verify that this is the incident report that you relied upon in issuing your
Este es el
ticket?
incidente de la policía. Le está mostrando el incidente de la policía.
Yes, that's correct.
información con este incidente de la policía?
Sí.
Yes. Yes.
And what is summarized or indicated in the police incident
¿Qué
report?
es lo que indica en el incidente de la policía? Le está preguntando.
Well, the dogs were found at large.
Que
And were you able to obtain descriptions of the dogs that are referenced in the incident
Y-
report?
pudo encontrar de
Yes.
información.
And
sobre
how
ese
did you
perro.
verify where they lived?
¿Cómo pudo verificar dónde
Through the
vive?
incident report, went back, did an
Yo
investigation.
fui a
I
investigar.
took photos of
Tomé fotos
the dog while I was
del
there.
Oh,
perro.
And can you verify that this photo array,
Y
consisting of
puede
two
verificar
photographs dated
si
October 11,
esta
2018,
es
were
la
taken by
foto
you?
de octubre fue tomada por usted. Le vamos a dar la foto.
Yes, that's correct.
¿Los conoce sus perros?
Ya.
Yes.
And are the dogs depicted in the photographs the same dogs that are referenced in the police incident
Perro en
report?
la foto es
Yes,
el
that's
mismo.
correct.
And is it true that the police incident report indicates that not only were the dogs able to break loose, but that they caused injury to a person in the public right of way?
Y también no
Yes,
solamente que el
that's
perro
correct.
escapó, sino que le causó una
And
lesión
is that
en
considered a violation of section 4-7 of the city's codes,
del código
which requires all animals to be
que los
um,
animales
Under
estén
control at all
under
times.
control at all
bajo
times?
control todo el tiempo.
Yes, the dogs were at
Sí.
large.
No further questions, Your Honor.
No tengo más preguntas.
Ma'am, do you have any questions for the officer?
Señora, ¿tiene alguna pregunta para el oficial?
Sí.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Pregunta.
En el momento que pasó, el perro no estaba suelto.
At the time when it happened, the dog was not loose.
Yo estaba en la cocina y sentí que estaban tirando palos para el aguacate.
I was in the kitchen and I heard that they were hitting the avocado tree to get the avocados off.
Y como no es la primera vez, y era la primera vez que yo estaba ahí, mis hijos me dijeron, mami, salga para que vea quién es que tira palo.
Well, you know, this did not happen in the past, so my children told me, Mommy, go out to see who is hitting the avocado tree.
Entonces salí por el corredor, abrí la puerta y comencé a conversar con el señor.
So I opened the gate and I started speaking to the person.
Y le pedí que no me haga eso porque me tira todos los aguacates y lo hace siempre.
And I told him not to do that because he, you know, throws all the avocados and he does this all the time.
Y fue cuando salieron los perros, porque yo tenía la puerta abierta.
And at this point, the dogs went out because the gate was open at that moment.
Okay. That's it?
¿Es todo? Yes.
Any rebuttal?
No, Your Honor.
So let me get this straight.
Bueno, quiero tenerlo claro.
You were responding to a disturbance to a tree on your property.
Entonces usted respondió que alguien estaba golpeando a su árbol. Yes.
And when you went out to check on that disturbance, you opened your gate.
Y cuando fue a ver eso, lo que estaba pasando, abrió la puerta. Yes.
And at that time, the dogs exited the gate.
Y en ese momento los perros salieron por la puerta.
Claro, yo he hablado un rato y después ellos han salido.
Yes, I was speaking for a moment and then they went out.
And after exiting the gate, they attacked the person to whom was causing the disturbance.
Y después, en ese momento cuando abrió, atacaron a la persona que estaba causando ese disturbio.
Lo que el perro es como un compañero. Primero fue de mi esposo, porque mi esposo es veterano de Army para...
Well, the dog is my companion. First it was my husband. My husband is an Army veteran.
Y lo que hizo fue esto, se paró encima y cuando le raspó la pierna.
Well, he did like this, and when he did like this, he scratched his leg.
He scratched his leg? Okay. Having heard the testimony and evidence presented,
Bueno,
find that the
escuchando el
violation
testimonio, yo
did
veo que
occur as ticketed,
la violación existió.
and order the fine,
Ento-
therein be paid.
Entonces, yo le ordeno que pague la multa.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you.
Your Honor, for the remaining items on the agenda, items number 50, 78, and 116, these are cases for which notices to appear for today's hearing have been properly served and noticed, and the violators failed to appear for today's hearing. As such, the city asks the magistrate to affirm the tickets, to
Que usted
deem the appeal withdrawn, and to affirm the tickets.
quiero que
So granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
la multa está.
That's it, ma'am. Your
Gracias,
case is
señor.
done. Oh, you're gonna do, because you're gonna do your stuff at the end. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, call your first case. Now on to our regular agenda. Madam Clerk, call your first case.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our first case is item number 4 and item number 5. Officer Vanessa Willis, customer 14190 West Dixie Highway LLC. Case number for number 4 is MHVIO 2018-01262 and MHVIO 2018-01263.
What number again? Because as usual, I was doing something else. Which number on the agenda?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ma'am, go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Your name? Yes, my name is Janet LaRonda, and I'm representing 14190 West Dixie Highway LLC.
And what's your position with the LLC?
I'm the property manager.
Vanessa
And-
Willis. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Good morning.
Don't. You better act like you know how we do this. Now, have you made your client aware of the violation?
Oh, yeah, I was talking to the inspector. What happened was we have been out of maintenance.
Hold on. I got
Sir.
a certain way that I do this. All right.
Yes,
So your client was made aware of the violation,
yeah.
and are there any objections to the violation?
Oh, no, I know.
All right. So how much time do you need?
Oh, I need like 30 to 60 more days.
30 or 60?
No, I think 30 will be fine, but
How much?
30 days will be fine.
All right. Find that a violation does exist as cited with regarding each violation. Give an abatement date of December 12th. If not abated by December 12th, then it's $250 per day per violation.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See, my way is much faster.
Item number 6 and 7, Officer Shannon Sanders, customer 2275 Northeast 120th Street, LLC. Case number for number 6 is CESRR 2018-00041, and item number 7, CESSP 2018-00197.
Ma'am, go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
I'm Nicole Spaghetti Valdez, the owner of the LLC, 2275 Northeast 120th Street.
So you've been made aware of the violation?
I actually wasn't aware of the real estate sign one, but I'll just take it down today. Anyway, the house is no longer on the market.
Okay, any objections to the violations?
No.
All right.
Now that hurricane season is over, the only objection was that it's equivalent to a second-story window, and they cited me in July, and it's very difficult to get up to. So now that hurricane season is over, I just have 3 shutters that are very hard to get to that I keep closed. But now that it's over, I will open them. But I just need help. So I've been having trouble. I need 30 days just to get someone to come and help me. My ladder isn't tall enough.
When was she cited?
Shannon Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This case was first cited on July 11th of this year. We did speak, and she did state her her concerns with it being hurricane season. You know, now it's November, 21st, and the shutters are still up there. You know, I would have liked possibly, I was hoping when she got notice to appear, that would have given a little incentive to possibly remove them. But again, as of today, this morning, roughly about 9:15, they're still closed.
Well, I opened the one, I did open one of them that I could get to, but there are three that I can't get to. I have a very tall ladder, but I just can't get to it. So
How were they put on in the first place?
they were put on by a handyman my mother-in-law has from Kendall, and I asked her the other day if we could get that same guy to come. And she said she can't reach that guy, and basically that she can't help me out. So maybe I can go on an app or something and find a handyman with a tall ladder.
No, handyman, North Miami, Google.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
We have a
okay.
handyman in the building.
I know that's right. Okay.
Okay, then that's fine. Yeah, I don't object. I just,
All
2
right.
weeks, I'll get it done.
All right, find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue an abatement date of December 12th. If not abated by December 12th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Okay, thank
right.
you.
Okay, that's in reference to, before you leave, that's in reference to the, both,
Both.
the real estate sign you say you're just gonna pick up?
I'll just pick it up when I get home.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Okay.
Item number
Just for the
20
record, we do not endorse North Miami Police giving her a card.
Item number 22, Officer Shanna Sanders. It's an Edmund Fitzell case. It's for Afzal. Case number CESEA 2017-0003.
What's the name?
It's Afzal H. Khan Sabia.
Khan, I'm the one, good morning.
What number on the agenda?
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Co-Compliance Officer. I am going to apologize first before I move on with this case. I don't have my glasses, but I am aware of this case. So just in case I get a little fumbled by not being able to see the writing on this, you know, but I do believe I'm prepared to hear this case.
Number 22? Yes. And for Inspector Fitzell?
Yes, I'm hearing this case for now retired Code Officer Edmund Fitzell. But again, I have inspected this property a couple of times. I just went out on the waterway on Thursday.
Slow down.
I just went out on the waterway on Thursday.
All right. Ma'am, go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Well, I live in Keystone.
Make your appearance for the record.
I'm sorry,
your
my
name.
name is Sabia Khan. I'm the property manager, owner.
Okay.
And we are having the problem with the.
This
sorry.
case was previously cited,
Right.
right? And they needed to maintain or repair the seawall. Were you able to do that?
Yeah, work is in progress. He laid down first set of those blocks or whatever you call it, sheets. He going to put them in the water, but they had to be cured for 3 weeks. Yesterday he came to put another one because he needs 14 of them. He was able, our yard is only, it can hold only 7 those blocks. So today he made the framing and putting the steel on for another, the 7. So as soon as we finish the mat, to put the metal, he is going to pour, and it has to be cured for another 3 weeks before he will pick it up and put them in the water.
So
I
how
have a
much
picture, I took this picture on the guy working on the yard today.
How much additional time are you requesting?
Maybe a couple of months, 2 months. He said he will finish by January. We're pushing him to finish it before. He has taken the money in last December. Then we're having problem with the permits. Ms. Sanders knows about that. It was going back and forth between the Marine and, Durham and stuff. Finally, we got it like few months ago.
Sounds like
He-
you've been working.
I'm sorry?
Sounds like you've been working. Sounds like you've been working to try to get it done.
Yes, we
All right.
are. We are trying our best. We even got a lawyer to go get on his tail to finish it quickly.
All right. Good.
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami, Co-Compliance Officer. As Ms. Khan stated, I have visited the property several times.
Is the work getting done?
Um, as we spoke this morning before the hearing, as I stated, I have not seen any work done. The permit has been obtained, was obtained July 11th of this year. It has been going on back and forth since December of last year. But again, the permit was obtained July. She's stating some work has been done. They had to come and, cure the ground or something to that effect. But I see no activity. I haven't seen anyone out there on the waterways. I did ask Marine Patrol, have they seen any activity? They haven't. Possibly they haven't been out on the water. We see no barges, anything out there that would be needed in order to start work on the seawall. But, per her testimony, something is being done to the ground. But again, I don't see any activity. The residents in Keystone are complaining. This has been since not even the last hurricane, the hurricane before last. What, Wilma or something, whichever the one we had a few years ago, is very unsightly, I'm no building inspector, but that whole seawall is in the water.
So the complaints are based on the condition of
The
the wall?
condition of that is unsafe. It seems, I'm surprised the building official hasn't been out there. I've asked a couple of times possibly
Does it
for him to
jeopardize any other person's property?
Yeah, it's adjacent. She's a corner house along the canal, but yes, you kind of turn along Biscayne. I think she's Biscayne Island Terrace. Yeah, it's abuts the property.
Now,
Yeah,
she
on
said
both
she can get it done by
corners.
January. She
I
said.
I wish her contractor was here to state that. I honestly I don't see it. Again,
Excuse me, I spoken to him this morning. He says that he has been leaving messages for her that work in progress. If you may, if you can allow me, I'll show you the pictures. The blocks have been put
let's see.
there from this morning. Today at 9:54, he put the first set of blocks there underneath. You can see it, and now they are putting another layer off. So because he needs 14 of them.
Okay, pass those up to the magistrate so that he can see them. And you're saying that he just came and placed that down this morning?
No.
But as you see there, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't be done. Again, I'm no building inspector, but that's a lot of work to be done, possibly within a.
Oh, sorry.
It's a lot of work to be done within the. I guess
Do you
a
have any
2-month
pictures of
time
the
frame.
condition of the property?
Yes, let me pass up what I have.
Because I can't say that I remember this
Let me,
case.
yeah.
I
Yep, and
typically
it looks
remember most of my cases.
very much like this as of last Thursday. Yeah.
Excuse me, I can understand. We are frustrated too, but it's not a small thing we can do. We are depend on somebody else. Yeah, I have them in her phone too.
And as you're looking, magistrate, as you see, those pictures depict, pretty much what it looks like. That's what it looked like last year. That's what it looked like months ago. That's what it looked like last week. As you see, that entire seawall in the back is gone. I do understand that she's been going back and forth, but I just would like to see, this push forward. To give them a little more incentive to let's get it done, because again,
I wish you had pictures of the progress in this area.
Yeah.
No,
That's the
because
area.
he's not doing anything there right now.
Right.
Because those blocks
Uh-huh.
he is putting, they are for that. Because what he is trying to do, we have big boulders in the water, if you can see them in the picture.
Mhm.
Behind those boulders, he is going to lay those like a wall. So unless they are cured, they are ready, he cannot do it. He did one set of blocks, like I said, 3 weeks ago to cure.
I'm just saying. So he hasn't put anything up yet.
No, because they need
So
to
we
be
can't
cured.
we can't really see any progress that he's made
I
because
understand, but
he's just creating the blocks right now.
right, he is creating. The one set is ready, another set is going to be poured maybe Thanksgiving, he cannot do it
How
next
many
week.
how many blocks does he need
14.
to create the wall?
14.
So he needs 14 blocks and able to.
7 are already done. They are underneath the ones you saw the
That
picture.
seems like a lot more than 7 blocks to cure that.
That's what I'm saying. He was making 14 of them. He
It still
did one.
seems. So you're saying that
No, he measured it.
this entire section right here, this entire section right here,
14.
14 blocks?
He measured it. They are big. They are almost like maybe 10 by 10.
Okay. Okay.
Just we're asking some more time. Like I said, we got a even lawyer on the case with him, so he can expedite the work. There's nothing else we
I
can
mean,
do.
because this photo is from August.
Exactly.
And you were cited back in December of last year.
Yes, and even that, you know, looking at other notations, it seems like when the hurricane first came in September, Mr. Fitzgerald, and I'm going by per conversations, I am privy to, you know, be able to still speak with him, you know, that he even gave her 3 or 4 months prior to even citing, because the city, you know, we were trying to give the residents, you know, time to, you know, take care of their homes and do things and stuff. So,
It's a big undertaking.
you know, so this has even been going on before December. But to answer your question, yes, this was initially cited December of last year. And as you see there, and, you know, no disrespect, but, you know, nothing has been done except some blocks being laid. Permit has been obtained since July, but no activity has taken place. I looked at, you know, the permit history to see if any inspections and things has been done. You know, nothing is going on there.
All right. I'm going to give you until January 16th.
Appreciate it.
But I will not give any
Appreciate.
further continuances.
Like I said, that we even have a lawyer. We send him a letter through the lawyer. We have to pay him to draw that letter to get on his tail. That's all. It's not small thing. We can do it ourselves. We depend on him. I spoke to him this morning also.
My only thing with residents is that when your contractor has gone 2 weeks out, to me, it's time to go get a new contractor.
But we already
Because time
had
is
paid-
ticking.
I understand.
On
but
this
we-
fine, if I would have let this go, if I would have said, you know what, you haven't complied, let the fines go forward, your fine would be ticking at $500 per day.
Uh-huh.
So you're in jeopardy of a $500 per day fine, but you let more than 2 weeks go by before getting somebody new or getting somebody or finding a way to
I
get
agree.
your contractor to do what they're supposed to do.
But we had paid him almost $76,000.
I listen, even more so why I would not let that much time go by having no activity from my contractor.
Okay.
But maybe just because I'm an attorney, I don't know.
Thank you
All right.
so much.
All right,
Thanks again.
thank you.
Am I done?
Yes, ma'am.
Please
Do
no,
I
no
get
further
something
continuances.
like do I get something saying that we have till 14th of January or?
16th of January.
Yes, yes, our clerk will print something out and I'll post the property, and she will mail a copy to you stating, your reinspection date and when's the next time to appear if it's not complied with at that time.
No, I will make sure this time I will really, thank you again, everybody. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
Item number 31, Officer Shanna Sanders, customer Bly Pierre Lewis, case number CEFAW 2018-00149.
Good morning, Blythe Pierre Lewis is my husband, Dorbans. We're the property owners, 2210 Northeast 121st Street.
All right, you've been made aware of the violation?
We have been made aware of the violation.
Any objections to the violation?
Yes, we do have an objection.
City?
Shanna Sanders, City of North Miami Code Compliance Officer. This is a new case for a fence in the rear of the property that's in disrepair. This violation was first cited in June 11th to be exact of this year. I sent a couple of notices of violation to the property owner, even had a conversation with her on the telephone regarding the fence. She advised me that she had an addition going on, or she applied for a permit for an addition, and that she did not wish to fix the fence until she did the renovations to her home. As of today, the permits are still pending for the renovation. I believe, from what I recall, there was administrative variance or something that was being applied for. As of today, administrative variance still not obtained, fence still in disrepair. I'll let the property owner explain, why this is taking so long or what's going on with the property. But as of today, the violation still remains.
And you cited her back in June?
Yes, I initially cited her June 11th of this year.
Hello, Your Honor. The fence is not in disrepair. A light post fell on top of it.
You have photos?
Yes, I do.
We can during the hurricane. That's not this. No, babes. This is how the fence was. Our fence was standing up. No, this is what. Can you?
So you're saying this isn't your fence?
No, I'm not. That is my fence, but.
I'm showing him. He's saying, no, it doesn't look like this. I'm going to pass up the photos that I have. These were taken November 3rd. I went back by there yesterday afternoon, approximately maybe 2:30, 3 o'clock, and it looked pretty much like this. So I'll pass up what I have, and then he can show, I guess, something that maybe looks different. But this is what it looked like November 3rd and what it looked like yesterday.
She doesn't have. When was the hurricane? September of last year, our fence was properly maintained. During the hurricane, a light post fell on top of it.
She issued this citation back in June.
Yes, but she said the fence was in disrepair.
Back in June.
Correct, and correct. At that time, we spoke, and she gave us additional time to do some sort of repair. So my husband put a mesh covering, which she's got a picture of, in what you're looking at right now, in an attempt to, have a temporary fix in the meantime. Because again, we're doing substantial, or planning to do substantial work, and I can speak to the variance piece of it separately, but I just want to address this first line of questioning. I mean, to be honest, it's frustrating because 2 doors down from us, there's an open hole, no fence, nothing.
Guys, it's never defense to your violation, someone else's violation, so and that another violation exists. It's never defense, nor is it persuasive.
No. The only reason I bring it up is because they keep saying that our fence is in disrepair, which we don't agree with.
I'm looking at the fence.
Your Honor, if you could take a look at our fence, it was properly maintained. A lamp post fell on top of it. Okay. So it was properly maintained.
Based on the photos that I'm looking at right
understood,
now.
Yeah.
The fence is in
we're going to show you how our fence ended up like that. I understand. Go ahead.
Based on the photos that I see right now, the fence is in disrepair.
Okay. We can disagree.
And you said this happened back in
September? September of last year.
When did you put the black mesh after this occurred?
I tried to bend it. An attempt was trying to straighten it out, but again, we're gonna be doing an extension to the home. So at that time, our contractor had told us that it's pointless to put a new fence there because it's easy access to access the
where the addition is going to be doing, where the work is going to be had at.
I didn't hear your question, sir.
You said didn't make any sense to do the repair because it would give better access when the construction started.
Yes, sir. Yeah, because we live in the back alley, and so we're going to be adding like an additional 10 feet to the home, so it's easy access
Hopefully.
point. Pardon me?
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. So, yes.
To answer your question, you asked when we put the mesh in. So
Yes.
she cited us in June. I want to say that by mid-July we put the mesh.
And then in September, the pole fell on it.
Of last year, sir. Yeah.
No. What we're saying is September last year, the damage happened. She cited us June of 2018,
Right.
and then we put the mesh July-ish of 2018. And then after we put the mesh, there was no further correspondence. So we figured we're in the clear. And since that time, we had submitted for the administrative variance for the addition. So just to give you, I want to give you a little color on that. So the reason why that isn't complete is we submitted our application with all the appropriate, paperwork, et cetera. And when we went back to check on the status, we were advised that there was a clerical error in the application, i.e. it said that, the administrative variance allotment was 25% of the permitted setback. And then when we went back, they said, well, no, that's wrong. It should have said 20%. So obviously all our submittals were based on the 25% piece. And so they've been working with us in order to go to the next step to advance our plan. So realistically speaking, if we submitted in August, I would have thought by September we would have, been through that process. But because of this error, which was out of our control, this has, prolonged further.
Whose error was it? The city's error?
Yes, it was the city's error.
They gave us the wrong application.
They gave you the wrong.
Well, no, just to be clear, the printed application in the office, the application on the website incorrectly stated 25% allowance. So
When you only have 20.
when it's
so-
only 20.
And so your plans were based on the 25% allowance.
Correct.
Have you submitted new plans based on the 20?
Well, no, what they've said is that we can advance our 25% plan, but we have to go to the, I forget, the next step where you do the public hearing and all that other stuff. And they're agreeing to waive the additional fees and costs associated with that because it was the city's error. And so we had, been debating whether or not we'd go forward with that or to modify our plans.
Now, the variance comes before the city, Madam Attorney, before the city?
There's
For
two
the
wa-
council, before the council?
There's a Board of Adjustment that approves variances. If it's not, it appears that for the percentage that they're requesting, it would have to go to the Board of Adjustment. Otherwise, it would have been an administrative variance that the city would have just approved. So it would require a public hearing and notice to the adjacent property owners.
Who sets those hearings?
It would be the Community Planning and Development Department.
And you guys discovered this error back when, in September?
No, actually, no. So we submitted the application, I want to say, in mid-August. And, well, maybe it was early August, and they were they were admittedly backlogged. So when we went in October to check on it, that's when we were notified that, what you've submitted, there's no issue with it, but we made an error.
Okay, so, and I want to be fair, I try to be fair. Here's the situation you're in. You want to do an addition to your home, but your fence is in obvious disrepair. Putting a wire mesh on it isn't what the city has in mind when the city says abate this violation. It means to actually repair the fence. Okay, so the wire mesh would not be compliance of that violation. Now you're saying that you've been getting the information that it would be better for you to leave it that way because it would give you better it would give the construction guys better access to the backyard where the extension plans to be. Now, I have previously, this is new, so I don't know how long your variance process is gonna take. Because my job is to determine whether a violation has been made, give you some time to abate the violation, and if you don't abate the violation, assess you a fine. That's my job, okay? So typically what I do here is I ask you, how much time do you need? Because whatever time you typically tell me, and everyone knows, I typically give you that time. But I'm typically not big on giving you time after that. So, how much time you need to fix your fence?
What are our options? If we completely tear the fence down, is that okay?
I think you need a permit for that.
No, if he completely removes the fence because it's a chain link fence, that will abate the violation. Yes.
So there will be no areas of it, so we don't have to put the fence back?
No, if you do put a fence back, which I believe your wife spoke to me about that, she said when you put one up, you're gonna, after the construction that you plan to put one up, you're gonna put something more elaborate and things of that nature
part of
that
your
you will
plan.
need a permit at that time.
The
But
new-
to suffice for this,
The new fence, you have a new fence as part of your plans?
Correct.
yes.
But
Tear the fence down.
we don't know when that's gonna happen, so.
So tear the fence down.
Yeah, if it's included in your plans, you'll obtain a permit at that time. But if removing the fence will abate this violation. We won't even have to come back after this if it's removed. Seeing that it's gonna have to be removed anyway.
I don't know how long the variance is gonna be.
Welcome back to the Shark Tank.
I mean, it's hard.
And has the
I guess
property
the
owners
o-
come
the
with a
only
decision?
the only hesitation I have about removing it, we have 2 small children, and that faces a back alley that cars go down. So obviously, if they're back there, we're going to be back there with them. But it's just not, it's not the safest situation. Not that we get a lot of traffic, but that's my hesitation with being told to just take it down in its entirety.
What say you, husband?
Actually, you can give us, this 4 months, 4 to 5 months.
Okay. The proper answer was whatever my wife said.
Yeah, because we're gonna go back and, well, other people have to go, so it just, be heard, if you can give us to about, the final contractor and then, to get
You don't even have a contractor?
No,
How'd you do the variance? So you just got an architect?
we got architecture. So,
Does the city does the city have any recommendations?
Are you asking me as the code officer, or are you asking as the code officer? I would say 4 months. I know I laugh and joke, but that's too much time. Have they given you a date for the Board of Adjustment hearing?
No, they haven't given us a date yet. But
See, because
Yes.
what's going to happen is you're going to say, well, the Board of Adjusters, they took too long. They didn't give us a date. And then I'm going to say,
Yeah, because the holidays are coming and things of that nature. That
again, it's a back alley that no one uses, typically, no one uses.
you trying to convince me, you trying to convince her.
I mean, you gotta get everybody, I mean, it's not like a major street where
one more reason to go ahead and remove it. Your wife just gave testimony that there's a lot of traffic that comes up that alleyway, so you wouldn't want to move it.
How about
So
March?
you're giving,
How about March?
What?
How about March?
March it works. Give or take care, but when you need till March?
I mean, you still need a time. So whether in that time you decide to take it down or you decide to keep it and repair it, it's up to you. You can do whatever you want within the time that I give.
okay, fair enough.
Okay. So March? Yeah. All right. So finding the violation does exist as cited, issue an abatement date of March 13th. If not abated by March 13th, then it's $250 per day until abated. All right.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
Item number 35 and 36, Officer Vanessa Willis, customer Chestnut Hills condo. Case number MSVL 2018-01015 and MSVL 2018-01016. And that is item number 35 and 36.
Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Julio Martinez. I'm the property manager of the location, Chestnut Hill Condominiums.
All right. Has the association been made aware of the violation?
Well, we are aware by the code enforcement officer, but we haven't been able to testify the violation. Neither her nor I can be getting into the unit. They're not facilitating the access to it.
So are you saying that you guys object to the violation?
Well, I did not say that. We haven't been able to contact these people.
the citation was issued, so at some point, the violation was verified.
The one that
Ms.
was being
Willis?
verified has been cured.
Initially, yes.
Right.
Vanessa Willis, City of North Miami.
So our issue here is whether, since the violation, has there been any contact with the unit owner?
No, that's the issue. We have not been able to gain access into the unit. It's a condo. The owner has not been available for reinspection.
We've called the owner?
I never had a phone number for him. You know, he came in as a complaint. I did the inspection. I wrote the violation. The property manager here has been stating that he's been trying to get in. I've been trying to do the same, and
Have
nothing.
they contacted you since then?
No.
Mayona? Right? So one of the, oh, I'm sorry.
Do you think in the near future? Well, that was May.
May.
And this is now November, and you've not heard back from the unit owner who was affected.
Correct.
Case dismissed.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes. Maybe at the end.
Item number 37, Officer Baptiste, customer Cleena Francois, case number CEGMP 2018 00053.
37. Go ahead and make your appearance for the record.
My name is Cleana Francois because I received a letter for about October 15 for about coming for the reading. I don't know what about. I come in. I've not knows for what I come in.
She doesn't know why she's here. She just got the letter. All right. Well, we'll have Mr. Baptiste tell you why you're here.
Ernst Baptiste, City North Miami Code Enforcement Officer. This is a case that was open for roof that needed to be repaired and top removed from the roof. Violation was open way back in February. Notice was mailed. Property was posted on October 26th. I visited the place and I spoke to the lady once, and I explained to her that she needed to repair the roof and remove the top on top of the roof, and I took picture of the violation.
You finish? Okay.
The case is, we have the case for the lawyer. The lawyer handled the case. So now, she just called us right now. She said she gonna be reinspection to the house. So that's the reason why the Bluetooth
She said
not
what?
fixed yet.
What did the attorney say?
The lawyer just called us. He said we gonna be make a reinspection to the top, and she working in the case. She said she coming by December 18 to do the case. So that's the problem. So now we don't know what time the lawyer will be finished.
Do you have any? Is this an insurance claim?
Yes.
And the insurance company didn't give you the amount of money that you were requesting?
Not yet.
So you got in a lawyer?
We have a lawyer now.
And the lawyer is fighting that claim for you?
Yeah, she's the lawyer working.
So you're saying that basically without that insurance money, you don't have the money to repair the roof?
No, we wait for the lawyer when he finish with the case.
My question is, so without that insurance money, you can't repair the roof?
No. No.
No. Because the lawyer told me it's supposed to be Reagan coming back for the inspection Reagan for the December 18 for the company car.
Yeah, for the claim.
Coming for the inspection for the roof Reagan after for pay for the case.
Okay. So it's not that you're not covered. You guys are just arguing about how much, or the scope. One of those two things. All right. Has the attorney filed a lawsuit?
Yes.
All right. And when did the attorney file the lawsuit?
February 18, February 22.
So about the time that you received the violation.
This is last month, October. I received a letter for the October.
No, I'm saying that your attorney filed the lawsuit back in February?
Yeah, February 18.
Okay.
But this was open.
This I live on.
No.
How long has this roof been like this? How long has the roof been like this?
Excuse me?
How long has the roof been like this?
This is for the
Oh.
Wilma for
When the hurricane time.
Because I don't show here that you have any case open in Miami-Dade County. I see here that you've sued People's Trust once, you've sued Citizens once in 2010, once in 2015. I don't see a current case open in Miami-Dade County for you with regards to this issue. Do you have a case number, something that shows that anything is going on with regards to this? Okay, because it's not under cleanup. All right, you guys are still in the discovery phase, so you're nowhere near finishing this case. And the city is not, it's always been my understanding, the city is not willing to wait for however long it's gonna take you guys to litigate this matter to get the roof and the tarp removed, to get the roof repaired and the tarp removed. So as I explained, my job is simple. The city brings a violation that says that you are in violation of a particular city code. It's my job to determine whether in fact you are in violation of that code or not, to allow you some time to make a repair or assess a fine if you should fail to do such. So, here's the position that you're in. You have a case in which you are arguing with your insurance company as to how much money they're going to pay you or whether they're going to pay you at all. I don't know what the actual allegation is. But the city is saying they want the roof repaired now. And so they've given you a citation.
We cannot do it now.
And as such, I find that you are in violation of the city's ordinance and that the roof is in disrepair. So now the question becomes, how much time do I give you to make the repair? So this is typically the point where I say to the property owner, how much time do you need?
Give us 8 months.
I can't tell you exactly how long it's going to be because I haven't collected any money from the insurance company yet.
Ok, suppose que pour ma gomme avec assurance, m'paye assurance et pour ça m'paye c'est pour les que quand moi gen problème pour me ranger li.
And I'm fighting with the insurance company. That's why I pay them insurance so they can pay my claims.
Just si m'pas gen assurance pour m'payer quand là, m'ta dit m'a mandé city a pour city a aider moi sur demander l'état pour l'état aider m'payer quand moi m'payer mortgage m'payer assurance c'est pour askai la gen problème bois tomber sous lui quelqu'un écraser ou fla pour ranger ou fla ban moi. OK, faut m'tendre pour avocat.
Your problem is that your insurance company has said that they're not covering you. Your insurance company has said, so this is not even an issue of how much money. Your insurance company says they're not paying you, period.
OK, il dit il pas payer moi assurance dit il pas payer. OK, m'gen avocat non parle dans code parce que l'argent me paye là après mettre tout l'argent que li kon toucher dans même yo.
Okay, then in that case, I'm going to get a lawyer and sue them for every penny that I paid them.
That's what you have done. That's what the lawsuit is about.
Okay.
But this isn't, what I'm trying to explain to you is that this is not even a case in which your insurance company has acknowledged that you're covered and you're only fighting about how much. Your insurance company is fighting about the fact that they don't believe you're covered. So they are not willing to pay you a cent right now until a court tells them they have to pay you something. Or you guys work it out in a mediation, all of which takes more time than we're willing to give to date. 8 months is an extremely long period of time, considering the fact that this was issued back in February. Okay? So, I'm going to give you 4 months. Find that a violation does exist as cited. Issue you an abatement date of March 13th. If not abated by March 13th, then it's $250 per day until abated.
Non, just 4 mois, il pas suffit pour moi parce que m'poko aller dans court et poko fait m'poko aller dans court m'pa dit que pour me prendre 4 mois m'pa connait que le cas la pranger. OK? Faut m'tendre les que et
You got to give your interpreter. You got to give your interpreter enough time to interpret.
4 months is not enough because I'm fighting with the insurance company now.
It's what you have. So, If you don't do it by March 13th, then I would suspect that I'll see you again on March 20th.
Si je pas croire que ça, le 13 mars, moi, je peux m'appeler après ça.
Eh bien, OK, parce que si poserait que moi recevoir avocat rentre régler caisse là de 4 mois, OK, me arranger, mais si que lui pour qu'on bagaille.
Okay, if my lawyer resolves the case within the 4 months, yes, I'll have the money to repair it.
Si me pas recevoir, me pour recevoir comme là, il pas 4 mois pas que t'arranger.
But if I don't have the money by then, I won't be able to repair it.
Let me ask you this. What if you lose?
Et si perdu quand?
Si me perdu lui, me jamais dit que pour me lose. Je ne peux pas lose parce que Jazz me paye assurance pour ça me prend assurance pour me payer caille moi et on paye assurance il va assurance qui prendre pour moi.
I don't expect to lose because I pay insurance for cases just like this.
Okay. See you on March 20th.
Now we're le 12 mars. Okay? Allez, c'est fini.